What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Jake Shavink here. Hope you enjoyed last week's video on our first mock draft here at the channel. If you're new, welcome. Obviously, if you've seen that, welcome back. Today, we're going to be doing something a little different here on the channel. Still NFL draft related. We're going to go into some prospect breakdowns. This is a great series. I'm excited for it. And if you want to see a certain prospect for me to break down, drop it in the comments below. Probably get to it. But today we have a very special one. I'm partial to the wide receiver position, so there's going to be a lot of those, I think, coming out in this series. But we're going to start with a small school guy that really impressed down in Mobile. That is Western Michigan's Dwayne Eskridge. So we're going to get into a couple things. We're going to talk measurables real quick. We're going to talk about some strengths, weaknesses, and then we're going to get right to the film, break down a few plays. I have about a half dozen or so, I think. I had to look at my computer. I had half dozen or so for us to break down, maybe take a look at the strengths of his game in action. So without further ado, let's jump in really quick, measurables, and then we'll get into the strengths, weaknesses right here. All right, so here we are here, measurables for Dwayne Eskridge here. We've got ourselves, obviously, 5'9" and 1/8 and 188 pounds. This may seem small to some, but honestly, when you look at players like Tyreek Hill, you look at players like T.Y. Hilton, Deshaun Jackson. These guys aren't that big, but I think at 188 pounds, he's bulky enough to be capable at any position on the field, whether it be slot or on the perimeter. It doesn't really concern me. Wingspan 74 and an eighth inches, arm length 30 and an eighth inches, and 9-inch hand size. Nothing really to worry about, I think, in measurables. Just wanted to obviously bring them up. So now let's quickly move right along into strengths and weaknesses here. And this is one of my favorite things. We're going to have these nice little graphics for you guys on everybody that we do. Breakdown at the channel. So here we go. Strengths really quick. Obviously, when you think of Dwayne Eskridge, first thing that comes to mind, got to be just how dynamic he is. He's an explosive player. He's a dynamic athlete. His short area quickness, very impressive. I love how quickly he creates separation. I think his release game is very strong. I think you see him really sell inside stem work outside and vice versa. I think he can really work the speed release. I think he's got really good short area burst and acceleration to get into his routes. Yeah, again, creating separation on there. Very clear. I think you can see him create separation at all levels. I think he can create separation as a route runner in terms of separating underneath, separating the second level. And he creates separation with his long speed and that acceleration, that burst down the field. So he can separate in two ways, which is really, really impressive. And that's the makings of a really good receiver prospect. Another thing, hands. Some of the best hands in the class, honestly. He's a hands catcher. He doesn't let it into his body. Out here plucking the ball. That diamond. Again, just very impressive hands. I tell you that the ball skills are pretty good too. I think you see him high point the ball on film very well. And again, he tracks it well into his hands. So no complaints there. No issues really with drops with him unless it's like really reaching back with one hand. So again, very consistent in that area. Again, we talked about the release game, long speed. We talked about that again after the catch, especially, which I think there's a lot of areas here you can kind of put it, but I kind of spread it out just to things here. But like again, the short area burst after the catch can turn a quick play into a touchdown real easily with that burst and long speed, and he's really good cognitively to make defenders miss in open space. Again, competitive toughness. Guy's tough. And we're going to get into a little bit of a rep there where I found on film that shows that toughness. Again, he's a pretty solid blocker. He's very willing to do so. He's got a good idea of where he needs to be. And that's something important as well for wide receivers to block. Instincts are impressive. Like I said, cognitively to make defenders miss. And he's got special teams impact. Seen him take reps, kick returning, and obviously when you have that burst, that acceleration, that speed, can really affect the game, obviously on offense, but obviously on special teams as well, punt and kick returner. So very excited there. Weaknesses, there's a couple. Some are nitpicky, but again, at 5'9", 188, you're not expecting this guy to be a contested catch monster like the bigger guys in this class. It's just not his game. That's not what he is. A little inconsistent against press, but I think he's shown a lot with his release package that if he continues to develop that, I don't see many issues for him at the next level, whether it be on the boundary or in the slot. So I think it's just inconsistencies. I think he just more reps. Again, just continuing to grow and develop in that area. I think he'll be fine. Limited to the slot, that's a question mark. Obviously, some teams with his size and maybe that little bit of inconsistency is against the press that you'll see teams value him as a slot receiver only. And downfield tracking. I think when you talk about ball skills in general, tracking the football well is important. I think you see him tend to drift and kind of let the ball come to him a little more, and it'd be nice to see him attack the ball a little bit more down the field in the air. Also, one other thing to bring up in strengths, I think he works back to the ball well, and I think he's comfortable through contact over the middle of the field. Just wanted to bring those two up as well, but I think I kind of put the main ones on there for you guys. You know what time it is? It's time for some film. Time to look at a couple things that we notice with Eskridge, and again, these strengths and weaknesses that you see on the screen. They're going to come up here and we'll talk. So first things first here, against Central Michigan, you see Eskridge do something really cool here. So Central Michigan's been pressing all game. It's been a little tough for him. So we're going to look right here. What does he do? Immediately, he says, you know what? I'm tired of this. I'm initiating contact at the line of scrimmage. This is super fun to watch. Initiates contact really well. Good hand fighting here at the top of the route. He's in a pretty good position here. And watch him sink his hips just so well. It's so quick. Works back to the ball effectively and makes the play. Look at him sink the hips there. Look how much separation he's got here. It's pretty good stuff here from Eskridge. And then he's not done. Makes the defender miss there. As we said, he makes defenders miss in space. It's tough to bring down. He's competitive, and yeah, he wants every bit of that contact. All right, next play we got here. You'll see Eskridge top of the screen. Really quick here, jab to the outside. Cornerback's still in pretty good position here. But again, that explosiveness, that acceleration out of that jab step gets the corner off balance here, and he's chasing from get-go. And look at this. Really impressive here. Goes up, plucks the ball. Defender's even got a hand on his arm here. Tucks it away quick, and then you see the burst, the long speed. In open field, that's it. He's gone. Easy score there. And even we'll give you another look here. Look at that. Again, great hands. We've talked about it. It's impressive stuff. Yeah, and there he goes. Give you another look at that maybe. All right, here's the last clip for you guys against Central Michigan that I want to look at quick. Working out of the slot here. You're going to see him get this immediately here. Little hitch route. Immediately. Knows the defender's over here on top. Working down. Immediately turns to the perimeter here. And again, burst, long speed. Good night. He's a really impressive player. Again, that yak ability. Okay, now we're going to move over here to Ball State. I just thought this was awesome. You're going to see here, he's at the top of the screen. Once he catches this, defenders here, and I'm sorry for the blurry screen, defenders here, you're going to see him jab. This is this cognitive ability. He knows he's going to get to the defender to bite here. Look at that. Jabs, defender freezes. He freezes him enough. He's going to create a lane here. He's creating a lane. Made the defender freeze just a little bit, and there it is again. Long speed, the burst after the catch. That's a big play he makes happen. And it's up here. It's cognitive stuff. It's up there, which is really cool to see. All right, so last clip here from Ball State. You're going to see, again, that you're going to see these lines come up. They're drawing, obviously, on the broadcast. But, again, this is a good play design here. Obviously, they're going to freeze the safety. But this is a lot Eskridge here, too. And you're going to see him with the jab step here, sell outside really well, freeze the corner, gets him to commit to the perimeter. And you can see his weight shift here to the perimeter. Really great sell to the outside. Easily beats him inside. Great acceleration. Safety's already turning. It's still too late. The speed and a good high point of the football there. Easy touchdown. Got to be able to do better than that against him. Okay. Last clips for you here on Eskridge. Senior Bowl reps. This is what's awesome about the Senior Bowl. You get to go one-on-one here. You're going to see Eskridge work against Cameron Bynum for both of these reps that I'm going to show you. The Cal corner. Again, really good. Look how quick he is out of that initial release. And he's already got good position here. Look at him accelerating into this route. There's a lot of space already. And again, eyes looking to the corner here to freeze bind him a little bit. And then he snaps it off. Look how sunk these hips are. Look how low he is to the ground when he's changing direction. Wow, is that a lot of space, okay? And then, look at this. Goes up, high points the ball. Great catch there. Easy win for him. All right. All right, last clip of Eskridge here. One of my personal favorites. Again, at the Senior Bowl, working against Bynum. This is one of my favorites. We're going to slow it down here so you guys can see what happens. Okay, quick jab there. Really quick. He's selling outside here. He's selling outside to the sideline. He's going to get Bynum to commit. He gets his shoulder turned here. And if you looked closely, and we'll run it back for you guys, we'll run this whole thing through, but you're going to see him. He's got his hand on the shoulder pad of Bynum. Bynum is committed. He's going to snap this off. He's going to give him a little push here on the shoulder. Overcommits. Look at him. He's on his... he's falling over. And look at the separation here. Easy. Easy one. Again, good hands catcher. And also, a little make you miss in space. So let's go back here. Really quick, we're going to run through it. And you'll see the hand swipe here on the shoulder pad. Really impressive stuff. Want to run it through one more time just so we can show it to you. Again, hand, you see the swipe over, and it's over immediately. Rep 1. Really impressive stuff. Really impressive. All right, so last bit of part of the video here, basically just going to talk about, where I think he's going to go and really the fit for Eskridge. Honestly, you've seen the traits. You've seen what he can do on film. Again, with his ability to separate quickly and his ability to win vertically down the field, don't think scheme's going to be as big of an issue for him as it is for maybe other wide receiver prospects. Again, I think this guy's a day 2 player for sure. Maybe a lot of teams that should consider Eskridge on day 2 of the NFL draft this year. Again, it doesn't really matter what you run. If you're a Shanahan, LaFleur offense and you want these over routes, these quick routes, separate quickly, he's your guy to be in the slot. Honestly, I think he can play on the perimeter. I'm not worried about him against the bigger, stronger corners. I think you see him be competitive. And even that rep at the Senior Bowl shows you he can be competitive. So I think, again, he transcends scheme in that way. But yeah, obviously we're not talking about him in the elite group of receivers necessarily, but I think this is a guy who can be really, really productive from day 1. And so, with that said, I think that's going to do it for this video. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it, if you learned a little something. Maybe subscribe if you're new. A lot more content coming. And again, like I said, drop in the comments a player maybe you'd like to see. We'll break him down. We'll try to do a quick little 15 to 18 minute video on him, hopefully a little shorter. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, and I can't wait to see you all next time. Farewell.